Hey yo, hello. I'm still on this page. Why is he still on this page? Sometimes it be like that, like sometimes you can force it, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just gotta, walk it through slowly. Still on this page. Um, I like the page. I like everything I'm doing. It looks good. So it's. I've been tired. I'm gonna be honest, been doing the day job a lot, picking up extra things. So, your boy trying to get some rest. What? Okay. Excuse me. What am I looking at? So really where I'm at is I just gotta add these speed lines. Need for Speed 2. Look, hold on. Let me see. What am I looking for? Looking for the G pen. G pen. Pen from the streets, son. I need to order a fine tip white acrylic marker for my bristle work because you need some fine white lines in there, man, and that's the best way to get it. And then it leaks, so if you shake it, you can splatter on there. You get the splatter effect. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you do it. But see, on the iPad, I could just, click over here, drag this into the white area, no racism. And then I could do something like this. And I could just draw this on there like that. Let's see. Like that. So it's weird because I try to get a certain effect and it wasn't working. So I just colored it all the way in. But then I could do this. And I like this effect. Oops, I went into the. Okay, that looks dope. That does it. Okay, because this blacks is too heavy, and I tried to by hand do a little speed line effect in this kind of like speed smear, and this is the staff. He's swinging the staff around so fast it don't even look like his hands not touching it. And you got the goat, the literal goat that's drunk in boxing, that's dodging the swings, and you kind of got this big scene. They engage. Oh, he dodges a kick. You see the hoof up there. He tried to kick his face off. Oh, you missed. Oh, and this is the staff. Oh, the spear actually, but the bottom of it, not the pointy end. He dodged that. You missed. Oh, he blocked that kick. There we go. Oh, he tried to stab him. You missed again. Oh, he throw the uppercut under the spear guard. Look, he's surprised. Look at his face. Look at him. He's like, oh my God. He tried to take my head off. But then he tried to stab him again. You miss. I'm too slick. I'm smooth with it. You can't get me. You can't get me. No. I apologize. I'm feeling myself. Okay. So now I got that going on. So let me get in there and get the detail kind of. Sometimes I want to. throw punches and bunches, and then do a thick one like that, throw it straight through. Get artistic with it. Throw another thick one, bow. Nope, too hard, bow. There we go. Now see, that looks, that's it. It's crazy how you got to work around to get things moving how you want them to move. I want to do this, bow. Okay, put that all the way through like that. Get in here, bow, 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 bow. Pause. What was his name? Some Witherspoon. Bang, bang, bang. And that's what it is, and that's why I really took a break. It's like the speed lines. You're like, man, I love drawing them. I love the effects, but it is a taxing endeavor, especially when you're doing them by hand like this. But even with how perfect, like if I play with the effect and I could figure it out and get it right, it's just not right. Now see, look at that. You see that? That's the jam right there. That's it. And sometimes you just got to get in there and do it. You can't play around with these things. You can't rely on the technology. You got to get in there and swing your bat. Ain't no way around it. Stop looking for the shortcuts. Ain't no shortcuts. Ain't no tips and tricks. Get in there and grind it out. Draw, make mistakes, mess up, laugh at yourself, hate yourself, go look in the mirror, slap your cheeks on your face. All right, pause. And, do the Home Alone, throw some water on there, start over, say, I got this, and get back in there. There's no substitute for the grind, I'm sorry, especially with drawing. But that's what I feel like is going to keep drawing alive, is true fans and true practitioners. We know what's going into this. And so I understand the words about AI, but we know that's why we're doing it. That's why that's why we consume it. I don't want something made by AI. It looks great, but I'm here for the communication from the spirit of the other person. I'm here for that connection. That's why I'm reading comic books, because I don't have real life connection, because people don't like me because I'm a nerd. So I got to find my connection in a comic book through a stranger who put the secret message in the fight scene. And I look at the fight scene and I'm looking at the lines, and then it hits me and I get the message. Then now I'm not alone. Like, AI doesn't put that message in there. It just makes something look real polished. There's no message in AI that is not capable of, doing something like that, which is okay. It's a great tool. It's a great assistant. It'll be great for people who can't draw, who can write. Like, I think that should open up. That's cool. I respect that. Or even pros who are writing books and they need a cover, and they can't find the right artist to get the right cover. AI could do that. If you're an artist and you have a hard time laying out your story, AI could do that. So this makes me so happy. I'm so glad I did this because I was frustrated with this page because I was trying to do this. I was trying to do this the opposite way, like initially when I drew it, and it just kept looking terrible, just terrible. I kind of want to look, feeling myself. Okay, that's not bad. That's not. It's a little off kilter. All right, now here's where we look. You throw this other layer on. Look, check it out. Layer one. We got the initial roughs. Then we got layer two. And that's when you throw the black inks on. And now layer three. This is when I'm throwing speed lines in the background. And then from there, I'm gonna do the shading. I don't do the shading piece by piece. I kind of do it like I do all roughs for issue for a chapter. I'll rough the whole thing, and then I go to inks. So now I'm in the inking stage, and so I put on these final lines, and then I'm gonna go through all that, and then I'm gonna go to the shading stage, and then lettering, and then after the volume series is finished, you're gonna see because it's each volume of the volume series has 3 stories in it. Once I hit, volume 5, after volume 5, the 3 stories split into their own separate graphic novels, and they're gonna be like full color. So you're gonna see Drunken Ronin Bear chapter 1 through 5, full color, doing its own thing. And so we're working like that. So let me go. Sometimes you gotta put multiple speed layers because you don't want overlap. Let me put this rough layer back on because it helps me with the direction of the speed lines that I want. Hold on, I'm gonna do this one first. Get it out the way. I might have to. No. Let me see. Oops. Editing. So you throw that on like that. Now what I do is this on a different layer. So if I just hit erase right now, I could just erase the part that's touching the character, and it puts the character in the foreground. And if I want speed lines on the character, I just do that manually to match the direction. And this is me working in Medibang. It's my favorite thing to use. It's lower quality than Clip Studio or Photoshop, but you don't need a 4-year college course to figure it out. They simplified everything, and so and I've always worked with lesser tools anyway because I grew up in the ghetto and struggled, and so I've always used like regular pens. I never had access to the fancy art stuff because I did not have the monies. So a lot of times, just like with the programs, like when I got older and got some money, and I experimented with the fancy stuff, I was just so used to working with the cheap stuff. I was getting better effects with the cheap stuff because it's like I got it up. I worked it and got it up to such a quality where it's like, okay, it still looks professional. This still looks good. Like if I didn't tell you, you couldn't tell me that this was made in Medibank. You would think this was Clip Studio or Photoshop. You can't tell me this is Medibank. Look at him. Look at the goat dodging the spear. He tried to hit him in the face. He dodged it. You you telling me this was done in Medibank? Medibank need to cut me a check, bro. Nobody's doing stuff like this at Medibank. I'm the only one. I'm the only one. Nobody's online on YouTube repping Medibank like me. Y'all need to cut me a check, man. Cut me in or cut it out. I was gonna visit the light bulb dude. Anybody who watching me, I got the light bulb, and I was telling it better work. And you know what? It don't work as well. It's not as bright as I wish it was. But I'm gonna let them slide. But Medibank, y'all gotta cut me in, bro. I know. I think is it a Japanese company? Don't think I won't fly to Japan. Medibank, I'll get on the plane like the bride from Kill Bill. Don't make me come over there, man. Cut me in or cut it out. Like, I'm gonna stop. I quit. I'm just kidding. Sorta. I'm sorta kidding. So, and it's different speed line tools. It's the one I can draw around the edges. I'm moving y'all can't see my pencil. Now here's this one. You can see it move, and then you gotta go in and change the angle, and it'll flip. And I'll do an angle test. Do I like that angle? It's a little off. Let's get in there so we can see what we're doing. Let's take that off. Try it one more time. I mean, it's cool. Let me go back one. Bam. Okay, that's better. Then you hit edit pivot point, and you throw the pivot point. For this, I like to throw it like off the panel. So then when I do it, it's gonna cover the whole joint. And then when you get, so then now I gotta go up here and erase. These lines is too light for me. I'm gonna take this off. Let me thicken this up. Let me see. Maximum spacing, minimum length. Let me put that up. I think that'll help. Okay, yeah, that's better. They don't have a width. They just do a spacing. Minimum spacing, maximum spacing. Okay. Wait, oh yeah, I'll have to change the pivot point. So I'll go in here, do this. Okay, it's not going all the way over. Like, it's not touching this. I don't know. Let me try again. I'm going to extend the pivot point and put it all the way over here. Can you see this? That's the pivot point, that red cross. So all the lines are going over there. And let me try this again. Okay, that's better. I had to extend the pivot point. And now I'm going to go in, hit the eraser. Now I got to go all the way up here and clean this up. Clean it up, clean it up. I know this is crazy. I enjoy stuff like this, the little busy work. I get off on this. So I don't mind it. It makes me feel engaged with the work. So, all right, let me close that. Give me some space. So now I got the speed lines going in. So now I can get in here and clean this up. Oh, I messed up. So and I draw my panels by hand. But there's a tool in here you can make panels. I have to draw my panels by hand because I don't make straight up and down grid panels. And then sometimes I got things coming out the panels, you know, jumping in your face. Pause, So maybe there is a way to do that, with the technology. I haven't figured that out, so I just do everything by freaking hand. I'm like, because technology is cool, but once you take the time for mastery, okay? And mastery don't mean perfect. Mastery means you took the time for practice and understanding, okay? Once you take the time for mastery, it's so much you can do at ease without the tools. It makes the tools obsolete. And that's kind of the thing that in dealing with AI as an artist, AI seems amazing for a non-artist. But as an artist, it's way easier for me to render things by hand than to use the AI because it takes so much coaching and prompting to get the AI to do something simple and basic or to be consistent. It has no consistency. Maybe it will one day, but today is not that day. Not today, Daddy. Not today. Pause. Now, see, this is where the multiple layer comes in because I'm going to do some speed lines on here. But you saw my technique. I don't want to erase these. So if I put it on a different layer, it'll be safe. And so I'll use, when I got these panels stacked on top of each other, what I'll do is I'll add another layer. Now we got layer 4 and 5. So 4 I'll do one panel, 5 I'll do the other. So when I do my erasing, there's no interference. But see, now I gotta go back into the tool. I gotta edit the angle. First, let me test the angle. Okay, that's not right. We're gonna go this way. Okay, that's more like it. I like that. Where am I on? What layer? I gotta make sure. I say this all the time. The greatest pet peeve. The thing that drives me crazy is putting things on the wrong layer. Edit, pivot point, editing, pivot point. I'm gonna throw it way over here. Now I'm gonna go in. Bang. Okay. And now it's on a separate layer. So it's safe to erase all this. This is the difficult thing when I got speed lines on top of speed lines. You gotta get in there real good, make sure we don't have no overlap. But see, that's why I take all these different steps in the process. Because a lot of times, so I'm doing the inking step, quotation fingers. Now, when I go into the shading step or the lettering step, after I stepped away, because I'm gonna do the whole chapter for each step. After I've stepped away and I go back in, then you start to see things that you miss. And then you could catch those things. Like, let me switch layers. Because this one, oops. Maybe. Let me see. Yeah, because that only makes sense. So you start catching things that you missed, and then that way, let me make sure I go back so you don't mess up. Okay. Then I get everything. Like I said, I'll catch it later. I promise. You don't catch it. Sometimes things. What slips through with me is typos. I swear, I read this thing over and over. I put the lettering in. I read it over and over. And for some reason, I'll get the print. I'll read the print over. You know, you get your what they call it, the proof. I'll read the proof. I'm like, okay, we're good. And then I'll press go, and then I'll order copies, and it'll be a typo on the word there. And instead of saying there like they are, it'll say there like possessive, like that's their car, not there going to the car. Like, it'll be that kind of typo. It'll never be a big word like magnificent or unscrupulous. It'll be, I'll have a typo on the word open. Like, what? You can't spell open, my guy? Like, no. Like one, like I had a typo of the word upon. And I put apon instead of upon. And it's like, how'd you mess that up? So keep dictionary.com on your phone. And I don't care how small the word is. If you're questioning anything, go in there and put it in there and see what the .com says. Or just keep a little, let's bring back the pocket dictionary, Keep it in your pockets. Okay, now we got some overlap again. So now we're going back to layer 4. Got to keep track of this. Got to keep track because you mess up. It's going back, but it irritates my freaking soul. So we're going back in, change this angle. Now over here, I'm gonna flip the angle because we're going over this direction. So let me flip the angle. Let me see. Let me give it a test. No, that's not far enough. Because you can see where I got the rough, where this rough is going. You see the lines, so I need to match those lines. Nope, too far. Let me see. Nope. Nope. Closer. Not yet. That's better. Okay. I like that. So I got the angle. Let me take that off. Close this is in my way. Edit pivot point. I'm gonna throw the pivot point over here. It's off the page. And then I'm gonna go in. Do that. Okay. So now we done that. Go in with the eraser. Get my eraser on. Clean up the character. And voila, that's how we doing it. See, you getting the how to draw comics course right here, man. It's for free. You don't gotta pay those subscriptions, man. Just ask your boy a question, man. Let me stop doing that because I'll get in. People ask me any questions, then I don't make the video, and they're like, "You suck." Well, I'm like, "Yeah, I suck." So I'm gonna just keep doing this. Just watch my videos. You might learn something. Maybe you don't care about this. Maybe you're using a different program, and none of this applies to you. So this applies to no one because nobody's using Medibang but me. Hey, Medibang. Look, man, I'm gonna come over there. I always wanted to see Japan, man. Come pay you a visit, knock on your door, come in your offices and whatnot. You're like, hey, yo, where's the president of Medibang, man? You know who I am? You gotta know who I am. I'm the only guy that's putting in work with your program in the States. Are people using it over in Japan? I don't know. I don't see no other videos, man. When I put in Medibang on YouTube and look at the videos, I don't see nobody putting in work like me, man. I'm gonna start putting in the hashtag Medibang in all my videos, man. Maybe I gotta create a watermark. Said made with Medibang, so they know who your boy is, Give me the sponsorship. Cut me the check. I'm showing what's possible with your program. Nobody else doing this. They not doing it. Look at the quality. Look at this bear. He's angry, bro. He's fighting for his life. You don't see that nowhere else. Nowhere. You don't see the bear fighting the goat, the drunken goat. He consumed 2 bottles of liquor for this battle, man. You don't see this nowhere else. Check it out. He dodged the spear, bro. He tried to stab him in the face, and he's smiling. It's funny to him. This is another day at the office. It's nothing new. I dodge spears every day, son. Look, he tried to kill him with the uppercut. He's surprised. He didn't see that coming. No way. How did that? Where did he come from? Look the extension. Did he get that low and just shoot straight up? After side stepping the spear, he got in that close. Look, hyping it up. This is how you gotta gas. You gotta gas like that. All right. Now let me do these. Now see, this one is closer to that one, so I'm gonna do this one next. Let me see. Let me give it the test. Okay, that's not the right direction. Let me change the angle. Excuse me. Excuse me very much. Nope. Okay, a little more. I want the angle to match the spear. I feel like one more nudge. I feel like I want to go back another direction. Let me see. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back. I guess this is the best. This is the best we're gonna get. So here we go again. Edit pivot point. Throw it way off the page. Hold on. Let me redo that. Because it's not far enough off the page. Throw that over there. And okay. See how this getting in here? Look, it's all the way up here. Messing around in this panel. Stay in your lane, son. Stay in your lane. Oh, I messed up. I went crazy. I'm sorry. I'm too excited. I'm excited. I'm finishing this page. I feel like I've been working on it for a couple days. Okay, now let me go in here and clean up the goat. He doesn't have a name, and I don't think I'm gonna give him a name. Everybody, the bear, the Ronin bear, only refers to him as the goat. Not because he doesn't know his name. He's rude. So he just calls him the GOAT, not the GOAT as the greatest of all time. So it's like a play on the idea, because he's literally a GOAT. But he taught Ronin Bear drunken fighting. He's a samurai who fights drunk. What? So he taught him the drunken fighting style. So that's kind of like his master, his teacher, and he's the GOAT. So Drunken Bear's rival, he went to attack his master. He sent the monkey ninjas after Ronin Bear to keep him busy. And he said, "I'm gonna go kill your master, bro. While you're busy, you deal with these ninjas, these monkey ninjas, and I'm going to murder your teacher. That's the goal. So you don't got no home to run to. I'm gonna kill your dad. So when you try to go get your dad, he's dead already." That's the type of timing he's on. Okay, now let's switch the layers. I think I messed up, but I'm good. did this wrong. I should have kept it in order. How I'm gonna save it? Can I save? Yeah, I can save it. Yeah, I didn't do it wrong. Did I do it? We're gonna find out. We're gonna learn today. Now let me change this angle. I'm going for a straight up angle. Not straight up, straight up. Let me see. Nope, too straight up. Let me see. Nope, that's not right. This is better. Let me see. Okay, yeah, that works. Let me go out. Edit pivot point. I'm gonna set the pivot point right there. Nope. I'm gonna set it higher. Let me see something. Yeah, that's the problem. Because I don't want to get into erasing in here, but this is on the same layer. But I don't want to put it on this layer. I'll make a whole new layer. Fuck it. Just fuck it. New layer, bro. Gotta protect the integrity. I'm gonna put this right on his nose. Okay, now I feel safe going in there. So I'm gonna go up here first. Erase all that. You don't want a different layer for each panel. I mean, that'll be the best thing to do. That's the safest bet. But that's crazy. That's bananas. You're not gonna go bananas. Let me get in there. Okay. Did I get it all? No. I left some other stuff from some other stuff. Let me get all this. We don't need you over there. This is not a cross-hatching situation. All right, now we're safe. Now the panel is safe. Let me see. So now we just got to worry about cleaning out the characters. This is the stuff. This is these little touches. This is what makes your comic book great. All right, you want greatness? Get in there. Get all the way in there. And do the little touches, man. Pause. All right? But get in there anyway. Don't pause. Get knee deep. Let them feel how close you are. Hey, yo, hey. I'm all the way inside, bro. I apologize. I'm sorry. Yeah, get in there. Do the little details, little touches, you know. Show them you care. All nice and sweet like, you know. I care about you. This is love. Okay, now I'm gonna go back here to the original inking panel because I want to do a little, I'll some little details. I'm gonna go G Pen 10 pixels. Let's see, I forgot to do a little. This the horn, goes half horns, and then I forgot to put the. Let me draw some details on his fingers. On his fingers, bro. You gotta get in there. Get in there. Details. It matters. It matters, bro. Here's on his chinny chin chin. Look. Okay, let me do that right here. Now, I'm gonna take the roughs off and see what we're working with. We spent a lot of time on this page. Oh, look at it. It's magical. Look at it. Look at it. Look, he's dodging the moves. Can't touch him. Can't touch him. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not done yet. Let me go in there and oh, his hoofs. They're not white. Let me see. There we go. Let's do that. I was about to close this baby out. How long we been here? I don't know. Today, y'all can check it out. Let's do his feet. You gotta do these feet, bro. Now I'm gonna have to charge this iPad, so because I know I've been on here too long. So let me see. I'm gonna show some direction and where he's going. Sometimes you gotta put some isolated speed lines on the character that don't match the speed lines in the background, because you got some isolated movements. Okay. Don't take a lot. You don't need to. Sometimes I like the subtle speed line better, and it's kind of like a mixture of the American and the Japanese style. Cause you know the Japanese style, they throw it on heavy. They like, check it out, bro. He's moving fast. I like that subtle touch, you know. So it's kind of like we're gonna throw the speed lines on there, but it's not gonna be. You really gotta pay attention. You gotta get in there and look like, oh snap. Each of his fingers is moving kind of like a different direction. And kind of like going around is giving you the effect that he's like spinning. Okay, that's enough. We're not gonna go crazy. Hold on, let me draw some scattered debris. Get the debris in there. Get my pen down? There we go. Sometimes you gotta switch to the white. Get the debris in there. All right. This is it. This is the page. Check it out. Hope you enjoyed this time with your boy, Mad King. This is volume 4 in the works. I'm not gonna give a deadline because every time I give a deadline, I break that deadline. So I'm gonna keep working every day, and when it comes out, it'll come out. I'll give you a rough estimate. It's gonna be the end of January. I'm looking towards March. Early April, volume 4 will be released. And I'm coloring at the same time. I'm almost done. I want to put out Bloody Knuckles full color by the summer. because the conventions are coming up, so I want to run through the conventions with Bloody Knuckles. So I'm finna press on. Peace.